Count down with me. 3, 2, 1. And greetings, kia ora. Welcome to Rehu Sport for the preview of Super Rugby Aotearoa 2021, the game between the Crusaders and the Chiefs at Orange Theory Stadium on Saturday night. It's going to be a great game. Played hopefully on reasonably good conditions. It's going to be a bit chilly. Winter's certainly coming to Aotearoa, that is for sure. Just reviewing the points table at the end of those rounds of rugby. Here's the final positions. The Crusaders at the top of the table. Quite a good season. 6 wins out of 8. The Chiefs pipping the Blues by virtue of more victories. So they were tied on 20 points, but they went through with more victories. And the Highlanders and the Hurricanes at the bottom of the table. The Hurricanes having that victory over the Highlanders last weekend. All right, drum roll please. Let's get to the starting teams for this weekend. First, starting with the hosts and the 4-time champions, the Crusaders. And you'll see there by that big mug shot, not me, Braden Ennor has made the 23 coming back from injury. Good news for him. Just looking at the team, very settled squad. Front row as per normal with no Joe Moody. Bowers in there, all black locks, Whitelock and Barrett. An underperforming loose forward trio. Mitchell Drummond gets the start over Bryn Hall. Great 1-2 punch there. Mo'unga and Havili have been awesome controlling the games. Lester Fainga'anuku has come in one and done pretty well at 13. You've got the Swift Wings and Will Jordan at the back. Look out for the young guy, the Boy Mountain, Tamaiti Williams, who's playing loose head if he gets on the field. And who else have they got there? Bryn Hall at halfback. Interesting to see Dallas McLeod getting position on the subs as well. Pretty much a midfielder as well. So they've got Ennor and McLeod there, but he's been great all season, run straight and hard. So good to see him being rewarded as well. There are more changes for the Chiefs. That's very interesting selection-wide. Let's take a look at that. You'll see, especially at lock and loose forward, there have been a number of changes. They've dropped Narita Akoi. They've brought in Mitchell Brown from 6 to 5. Sowakula, they couldn't leave him out after last weekend's performance. He was irrepressible against the Blues, but they've given him the 6 jersey, and Jacobson will start at 8. In the back line, there was a bit of discussion on whether DMAC would start at 15 or 10. I think it's a very good idea that they've got DMAC at 15. They'll bring him in and out when the opportunity arises. Alex Nankivell has a broken finger, but he's going to start, and expect him to get a bit of attention on his hand too if he ever gets to run the ball. You're in Crusaders country. They'll look to rough him up, I'm sure. So what do the Crusaders have to do? 3 things they have to do. For me, the DMAC timing. That's what's been the difference all year for the Chiefs. The timing into the back line, his incursions into play where he's made a difference, whether it's ball in hand, little chip kicks, running with the ball, he has been awesome. And I think on Saturday, it's really important too, with Bryn Gatland starting at 10, that he does a job similar to Mitch Hunt when the Highlanders beat the Crusaders earlier this year. They need to kick to grass. They need to get Will Jordan running back, picking up loose ball, and they need to chase well. The referees have been quite tough on offside play, so they need to chase up as a line, get them behind the advantage line, and just get those big Crusaders forwards running back. And I think that's going to help. Peter Gus, the bus, he was fantastic against the Blues. He's really coming into form at the right time. Came off injury maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. Has had some starts off the bench and then got that start against the Blues, and he was awesome. And I think they'll use him at 8 a lot at scrum time on attack just to get over the advantage line. He was a really, really tasty runner on the weekend. And it's really important that they keep getting that quick ball. A really quick ball from phases. They need to keep the momentum going, especially against the Crusaders. They can't allow them to reset. So that's really interesting for me, why they've dropped Narita Akoi, because he's been their best aerial player. And for me, I think they may struggle at line-out time now. They'll probably put, you'd imagine they're going to put Brown at the front of the line-out, Vai in the middle. And then really, if you're a Crusader, all you have to do is match up Whitelock with Vi, get him in the air, and then they've got to look for other options, right? So you've got Sowakula, Jacobson, and perhaps Bolshia. Bolshia last year was jumping well with some confidence too. but the line-out ball is going to be really important for the Chiefs to get. But also from phase play, they really need to keep that quick momentum going. Right, for the Crusaders, their loosies really need to front. Pretty disappointing this year, to be fair, and mainly because they're all number sixes, right? Playing in a variety of positions. Even when Douglas got into the team, they put him at 6. He's usually an 8. Bizarre. So I think they really need to play well. Blackett has been great. He's obviously got a fantastic work ethic. Grace has not been good. He's been called out by Scott Robertson, the coach, to do more. And Havili Talitui, he's doing a good role filling in for Christie at 7. He's doing his best, but he probably doesn't have that pace. And that was interesting about Mackenzie. I know Kerwin's always raving about that great 45-degree angle line that he ran against the Crusaders that did really well. But we saw the week later, when people were onto it, the Karifi absolutely smashed him a couple of times against the Hurricanes. I don't think he can run that 45-degree angle a la league and not get smashed. So I think Havili has a big job to do there too. I think there are a lot of opportunities for the Crusaders in the aerial game, especially on the left. That matchup, Bridge versus Jonah Lowe, and Mackenzie also at fullback. Bridge is awesome in the air, and I think they'll push that a lot, the Crusaders. The other pressure for me in the forward pack is that the front row needs to do well, and that will set a platform for 10 and 12. We see when Mo'unga gets front foot ball, he's virtually unstoppable, especially when he matches up against big fatties in the midfield. He's stepping. Even Cody Taylor's awesome once they get that platform. So it's really important that the front row performs well. They have been outdone a couple of times in the last month since Moody left with injuries. So the forward pack, the lineouts, you're guaranteed that the Crusaders are going to do all right with Whitelock, Barrett there. They're going to do pretty well. It's really the scrum where the Chiefs might step up and disrupt and make things tough for the Crusaders. Now, picking a winner, I thought that Arcoy would start. I thought they'd drop Mitch Brown. Tough call because he's been their workhorse all year. But I thought on form, they should have put Soakula at 8, Jacobson at 6, and they need the aerial ability at Arcoy. If they'd selected Arcoy, I think they'd be in, and I was going to pick them by 3. Now, I think they're going to struggle at the line-out. Could be proven wrong, but I'm picking now Crusaders by 5. Of course, it's really tough to play in Christchurch in the winter. It is freezing cold. There'll be a bit of dew. And all those one-eyed monsters shouting from the grandstands, all my mates from Christchurch, you know it's going to be a tough night. But hey, if anyone can do it, it's the Chiefs. Their points for and against. People are saying, how did they reach the final? Their points for and against are awful. They really are. But once they're in a tight game, they know how to win. They're scrappy. And that's exactly what you want for the final. Look, I hope you really enjoy Saturday night's entertainment. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be writing the Chiefs ratings for Rugby Pass. So watch out for that article later on Saturday night. And of course, we've got the Aussie Super Rugby final as well before we get into the Trans-Tasman fun. It's going to be great. Enjoy Saturday night. Take care and look forward to that game. And I'll be back after the weekend, maybe even on Sunday, to have my Super Rugby Aotearoa team of the tournament. Got it penciled in. I was actually going to release it this week, but I thought, let's see what finals rugby does. There might be a few more heroes that come out into play on Saturday. That's it for now. Haere rā. This has been a production of Tahu Films. Take care.